Hello, my name's Adam Butler. I'm the author of Butler's DMT Field Guide, and in this video I'll be reading an article that was published on July 4th, 2024 in the Psychedelic Scene Magazine. The title of the article is Sex and DMT, the Path to Transcendent Euphoria, and quite possibly the next step in human evolution. Most people love having sex, and many enjoy taking psychedelics. But should they be experienced together? The answer is a resounding yes, but only with the proper reverence, respect, and genuine appreciation of the transformative power of both the mind-altering compound you use and the intimate exchange of energy with another human. Sexual intimacy combined with psychedelic exploration, done with the proper intention and in an appropriate environment, could be a significant factor in successfully taking the next progressive step in human evolution and consciousness expansion. To some, this may seem to be hyperbolic, but to the many whose lives have been saved and transformed by psychedelics, and who also have had the blessing of experiencing transcendental, erotic, and soul-blending sexual interactions with a partner, this will no doubt ring true. Full disclaimer: sexual intimacy with the wrong partner can be a horrible experience. Psychedelic exploration with improper intentions can be disastrous, and combining the two could leave lasting psychological and physical damage. Proceed with caution, but do proceed. With a data collection mindset, and with hopes that I am doing my small part to help push our species into its fullest potential, I have dedicated and sacrificed countless long nights and early mornings to having sex and using DMT, including endogenously produced through meditation. And I can tell you, it is precisely what the world needs more of. Again, perhaps these statements are exaggerated, and I say them half-jokingly, but I've learned on my journey some universal lessons that could help ease many of the chronic, life-sucking ailments that are destroying the human population and the planet we live on. Each component of this journey, the sex and the DMT, by themselves can be personally transformational, transcendent, and liberating. However, when mixed, there is a unique, synergistic combination of vibrational energy and informational exchange that can completely and positively change one's perspective and unblock the ability to tap into the collective and universal states of consciousness, love, and connection. There are many reasons why DMT, in particular, can be a helpful tool to help explore one's psyche, as well as to enhance and intensify your sex life. Two of the most important factors are that, when smoked, the effects of dimethyltryptamine last less than 10 minutes, and the other is that DMT is endogenous, meaning produced naturally in your own body. The short duration allows you to adjust, process, and integrate the sensory input from the psychedelic realm, as well as gain feedback from your partner as the session progresses. The endogenous quality means you can naturally and consistently supplement the DMT concentration in your body, whether that be in addition to what you plan on smoking or vaping, or by solely using your own physiology and brain-heart coherence to make enough of your own personal DMT to induce a psychedelic state. There are many ways to incorporate DMT into your sexual practices, but before I share my experiences and get into some of the details, I would like to take the time to cover one critical point. Way before any vape pen or lube gets pulled out of the drawer, even days before, you must have an open and honest conversation in which both, or all, parties fully express themselves as you discuss the intentions, goals, plans, backup plans, boundaries, desires, etc. In my opinion, this should happen before any sexual interaction, but especially when adding psychedelics to the mix. Your preferences and passions may change depending on the session and the partner, and ideally as your consciousness and self-awareness expand, and as you get comfortable in this euphoric and psychedelic space, you will push the limits to find what satiates your lustful cravings. Do not rush this conversational part of the process. There is no quote-unquote right way to have sex or smoke DMT, and I guarantee that what I do in the bedroom, or in the car, on the beach, or in the woods is not how most people should start practicing this delicate and subjective topic. But at some point, you have to plan out the logistics of what a sex and DMT session looks like and how you want to experience them in combination. One of the decisions you should make is whether just one of you or both of you will be diving into DMT space during the act. Both options are equally enjoyable. Safely holding space for a loved one while they explore their consciousness in otherworldly dimensions is a satisfying way to enrich and expand the trust level and understanding between two people. For educational purposes, let me share some ideas that you could use to get the conversation going and give some examples of what may be enjoyable. Giving or receiving oral sex while on DMT or by someone who is on DMT is a game changer for anyone who liked giving or getting oral sex. This intimate act, through the filter of this miraculous molecule, now becomes a way to consume every essence of your partner, their taste, smell, sound, feel, and beauty, up close and with amplified and additional senses that will blow your mind. Passing back and forth a DMT vape pen in the 69 position is one of the best ways to relax and share love and intimacy with someone you care about. Smoking DMT while locked into traditional intercourse positions will turn the mundane into the miraculous. Enveloped within a cloud of dank DMT smoke, heartbeats synchronize, breathing conjoins, and a bouquet of intoxicating pheromones, life force energies resonate and blend. At that point, the ecstatic exchange of orgasms culminates in deep philosophical discussions about the meaning of life, love, and our connection to Source. The bond formed during sessions like these could and should be the sensual glue that helps put our broken relationships and society back together, and perhaps even allows us to take the next step in our evolutionary destiny. The beauty of incorporating sex and DMT as part of your holistic, well-being lifestyle is the lasting effect when the pipe is away and your pants are up. The love, connection, and gratitude you feel and integrate within yourself and your partner will forever improve how you interact with the person in the mirror and every other being that crosses your path, human or otherwise. So if enough people have a bunch of sex while tripping balls on DMT, is that going to save the planet and be a catalyst for the next step in human evolution? I can only dream and continue to do my part to help make that a reality. What I can state with 100% confidence is that the current path of constantly seeking more money, more stuff, more outside validation, more divisive speech, more hate, more destruction is not going to lead us to our highest potential as a species. DMT and sex helped save my life, and I think it can help save many more. But I guess there's only one way to find out. If I had unlimited space, I could write an entire book about DMT and sex, and I have. Check out Butler's DMT Field Guide, including a chapter titled Transcendental Sex, Art, and Science, DMT in the Bedroom, Art Studio, and Research Lab, and another called Alicia's Angle, where my partner shares a woman's perspective on this very subject. Thank you for listening, and if anybody is interested in a free PDF copy of Butler's DMT Field Guide that contains that chapter about transcendental sex, send me an email and I'll happily send you out a PDF copy. Thank you for watching.